Okay, so if you notice, I didn't have my microphone on. I'm just practicing, but we are really about to talk about this um Ally Carter situation. Um let's just get right into it so you all aren't too bored. But I am really practicing, everyone, because I really don't go live. And I think I should start, because right now we are a little over 8K subs and we are trying to get to 9K subs. And I don't really have an audience like every other channel out there. So I'm just trying to, build a rapport with everyone because obviously I don't have one. I don't have the personality for YouTube. And like most YouTubers, like the really good ones and the other ones are really connected to the people. They're like a family, that sort of thing. And, you guys love each other. But like over here on my channel, it's kind of like ice cold. Sometimes I'm up, sometimes I'm down. I don't really have a good vibe and connection with the people. But I'm really introverted. So that is probably why, or maybe not. I don't know. But, anyways, let's talk about Ally Carter. So, Ally Carter. Oh, my music is on. See, I'm practicing. Okay, so Ally Carter is an outspoken individual. I'll link all the sources, who has brought forth serious claims that add yet another layer of controversy to the music mogul Sean Combs' already complicated legal narrative. Carter's accusations involve harrowing details of exploitation, bringing to light the alleged darker side of the entertainment industry. In recent interviews and statements, Ally Carter has accused Diddy of being involved in exploitative activities, claiming that these incidents took place during elite parties involving powerful figures from the entertainment industry. Carter has described these parties as places where abuse occurred under the guise of extravagant celebrations. Now, before we start the video, I am going to just quickly say that, I don't know what you all believe, and I'm not telling you what to believe, but I believe in Jesus, God, Christ. And he told us very clearly that there are principles of darkness that are of not flesh and blood, but very spiritual components that we are dealing with. We're not just dealing with flesh and blood, but something deeper. But let's go ahead and get into Ally's video. I'm going to let her rock out and we'll close it out. Let's go.
Okay. Bookmark it. Trust me. I'm saying I'm just trying to help y'all understand. You stay with me? I'm trying to help you understand. Repeat that. Because I'm not saying this is what happened. If there's a round of kids, it's the trafficker. P. Diddy gets a round of kids. Let's say that round of kids had Justin Bieber in it. There's contracts, okay? There's contracts for codes within that person. So they can take a remote and turn that person off. Britney Spears, when they want to. Lindsay Lohan, when they want to. Amanda Bynes, when they want to, okay? So let's say there's a contract for Justin Bieber. When P. Diddy has a hold of Justin Bieber, he now owns half of those codes. If Usher had the same contract and trafficked Bieber out to P. Diddy, okay, Usher and P. Diddy now have parts of Justin Bieber's contract. Do you understand what I'm saying? So if one goes down, the other side of the code has to go down. If there's a property linked to that person, Kevin Hart, because they had something to do with the trafficking of Bieber, then their property will go down, because there's a code to that property. There's a code to everything. Your social security number is like a code. Okay? But depending on the level of MK Ultra, people have auctions for the codes on that person. So they can use a remote to them, like a TV, and shut them down, turn it up, use somebody else, change it whenever they feel like it. Bookmark it. Trust me. Trust me, bookmark it. Okay? I know it's probably not gonna make sense right now, but bookmark it.
MK Ultra is used, but to get MK Ultra to take hold the way it needs to be, it has to involve satanic ritual abuse, extreme trauma, humiliation, just evil on a level you can't imagine. I don't care what you all think about Trump. I'm not sure what I think about Trump, but he is telling you the truth on a lot of things. You guys just don't understand what he's saying. When he's saying they're eating the cats and dogs, he's preparing your hearts and your minds for the fact that satanic ritual abuse is about to come into the light in a big way. Voodoo is about to come into the light in a big way. Cannibalism is about to come into the light in a big way. All of those things linked to MK Ultra, and it all links to trafficking. Once you have MK Ultra in place, and once you've used satanic ritual abuse to link into the MK Ultra and to program somebody, program the children, so you can use them as sex slaves or Delta assassins or whatever it is you want them to do, then the trafficking and all those things come into play. But you have to have the base and the foundation first.
I've been a party favor at a few parties, and I'm gonna rewind a little bit. After a certain point of being traumatized, after a certain point of realizing that nobody loved me for me and just for what I could do, or whatever the fact that it was, what people thought about me when I was a little kid, I was naive like that. Do you understand what I'm saying? So after a certain point, I didn't give a damn who did what. I just wanted to be seen. And I know that a lot of people can say, yeah, there's times where a point in your life where you're just like, I just want somebody to give a damn. I just want somebody to see me, and I just want somebody to love me. Okay? So I was there a lot because I've been abused a lot. And after a certain point, I went really numb, didn't care. A lot of people that were with me called me a traitor because they felt like I just left. I'd be mad at me too, because I stopped giving a shit about anything. I didn't care. It all just didn't care. It all didn't care. It all just when I was out, it didn't. I was a lot. A lot, but I'm not healed. Okay, I'm still angry, still really hurt, and we're still not getting anywhere.
Now, I'm not going to hold you, but this stuff is scary, honestly. Like, even though, we are supposed to be prepared for this stuff scripturally, like, it's still a little freaky because all this glitching and all that she got going on, like, what is going on? Like, that's not me. That's her video doing that stuff. Like, honestly. But anyways, let me just keep going.
So I didn't care. Okay? And to be in a room where people promised you the world, at one point you just go numb. So things of me that probably don't make sense, but I was a kid. And all of this situation, everything that we're talking about, everything that I've been talking about, I was under the age of 18. Let's start there. Okay? I was sold a lot in foster care. A lot of stuff happened in my life with the family I was with. Okay? CPS reports go back to 3 months old. I remember 4 years old, and everything took off from there. All right? So never in my life did a lot of the stuff seem wrong until I met this twin of mine. Nothing seemed wrong. I'm telling you the God honest truth to me. And even when I met her, I was just like, it's fine. Seriously, it's fine. This is the way love is. This is the way this is supposed to be. Okay? I'm still trying to find words to what has happened. I'm still trying to find words because every time we do something as far as an affidavit, talk to someone, this takes a lot out of me that I don't think people understand. The nightmares, the flashbacks, the skin crawling, the barely can do one thing without feeling like everything is going to end forever. You want to run. You don't understand the feeling of feeling like I think somebody is still around me and your clothes just don't feel right every day. Okay? So predators get the slap on the wrist and I love them even when you don't know them. They're my idols even though you've never met them in your life. But the victims live with something every second of every single day, and it never goes away. A lot of people are going to ask me, in some situations, why was I there? How did I get there? I was a kid. And I used to think that if I wasn't yelling and screaming, that wasn't rape. Not true either. There is a lot going on with this case. These freak-off parties, they're not freak-off parties. There's a lot that happens. There's life-size wheels that people attach children to and spin it and decide who's having sex in what way. There are so many things. There's body cakes. There's party favors. And I'm talking like, you know how you put up a little birthday bag? Like when you go to a birthday party and before you can leave, you can take one of those little birthday bags off the table. And then there's toys and like.
So this is definitely not going to be monetized. So if you guys could subscribe and, help us get to 9K subs, we would really appreciate it. Thank you.
All this stuff for coming to the party. Yeah. Instead of that, there's children. They call them party favors. Okay. I'm really trying to spit this out, but I'm really having a hard time tonight. I'm really having a hard time tonight. And I do not know why. I'm really having a hard time tonight. Because I've had to stop everything and turn around, and we're doing this again. And the thing is I can put out information, but it's not until you guys get slapped with more information that people are like, okay, that's true. I get it. Don't just take one word and just go with it. But a part of my brain right now is just not doing well. I'm not okay. Because I'm just like, all of this, I can drop it. I'll just put up the affidavit and I'm going to come back on. Because I'm trying to spit it out. And it's not, I don't know why. It's not coming. Because what's irritating me too is journalists and people. If you're monetizing your account and you're messaging me, I'm not giving information out for money. That's not what I'm doing either. The information is priceless.
Hey, we're not going to help you do that.
No,
either.
I don't want to. We're not. We're not doing anything. So if you're messaging us like, hey, you could come on my platform and do it, but if your platform is monetized, just please don't message us. You're not gonna like me. Just.
So I'm assuming this is Ally. I'm really not sure what's going on, but anyways, let's just keep watching.
Telling you right now, you're not gonna like me. I want to spit the information out. I have a lot. We have decades worth of information. Do you hear what I'm telling you? Okay, but I'm trying to, and everybody's like, just do it. Yeah, but see, here's the thing. You're not sitting right here. You're not sitting right here, and this. It cuts deeper than probably a financial problem. It cuts deeper than a spiritual problem. It cuts deeper than a location problem. It cuts deeper than a soul problem. Okay? It takes a minute. It takes a minute to get up. It takes a minute to get out the corner. And for those who are like, okay, so testify. Nope, because listen. Nope. Because the attorney on Diddy's side is corrupt. You know that, right? Who's going to defend someone that they know damn well is a killer, a rapist, a child slave trader? Who's going to defend someone like that? Would you? After you know what's been done? After you know.
Back to a money issue.
That's a money issue, right?
You don't care what happened to the kids. You don't care about your integrity.
That's not. Blah. I'm trying to. I'm trying, but for whatever reason, it's not. I don't know what the hell's wrong with me right now. I can just feel the evil. I can feel the good, but I can just feel a problem just stirring. I'm trying. What is happening right now, I don't know. I really don't. So, I was ready. I was ready, and then I jumped on here, and I'm like, Gav, back. I don't know what's wrong with my. I was a party favor.
What does that mean?
It was a party favor. I was somebody you could take off the table.
So you're telling me they set children?
I set children on a table.
Like when you go to a birthday party and they have gift bags for everybody that comes that have candy and toys in them,
Yep.
and they set them on the table. So you're telling me at the freak off parties,
Mm-hmm.
they put children on the table instead of gift bags,
Mm-hmm.
and then people can do what?
Take you off the table and have sex with you, even though it's against the rules to do certain things like anal sex or full house sex. Sometimes that's against the rules. Like for me, that was against the rules.
Come on, man. In my Boosie voice, what is going on? Like, now, nothing is, spiritually, they do anything. So, like, this isn't even really shocking. Like, I believe her. And I wish she could find safety. But the only way she can find safety is with Jesus. You feel me? Because he can protect you. But, go ahead and say it.
But that didn't matter. That did not matter.
So they come choose you off the table, do whatever they want with you, and then what happens?
And they put you back on the table.
They put you back on the table for somebody else to come choose you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That's called a party favor effect. That's just one of the little things that go on at the freak off parties with children. Were there animals there?
Mm-hmm. Goats.
Did they turn the animals loose on the kids?
Yeah.
And if you got sick and threw up because it was so disgusting, what happened?
You had to eat it.
You had to eat your vomit
Mm-hmm.
if you threw up. That's satanic ritual abuse. Diddy was at this party?
Mm-hmm.
Denzel Washington was at this party?
Yep.
Birdman was at this party?
Yes, he was.
And Young Jock.
Yep.
And you're telling me Denzel was there and it was after 1 o'clock when he supposedly left?
And beanie, socks, and a gold chain.
So you're telling me Denzel Washington was butt naked, he had a beanie on, socks on, and a gold chain, and that's it. In front of children.
Yep.
All I can say is whoever that woman is with her, she is trying to get that girl off. Like, if she don't need to be saying all of that on hair and she needs to go to the proper channels, that's what she should do. But this whole, like, getting her to drop all them names, like we seen, what's that man, Uncle Ron just passed away not too long ago when he was doing this, and other people passed away, for speaking out. And I'm not saying not to speak out, but I'm saying speak out in a way you can try to at least get some protection. But then you probably are saying, how do you get protection from something spiritual? If it's something spiritual going on, how do you get protection from that? And again, I say Jesus, but I'm just saying, like, her friend or whoever that woman is, like, she is not even on the camera. Now that woman is on the camera saying all that stuff and you just sitting on the side without even being shown. Like, for real, for real. Now, I don't know if she gonna come on and be shown later, but, let's just think about what's going on here, but let's keep going.
Funny. Because he sure portrays himself to be holier than thou.
Well, so a lot of them do.
I think you also told me that one of those men have a birthmark.
Left thigh.
So one of those men have a birthmark on their left thigh.
Yep.
Did you have sexual interactions with Diddy?
Yep.
Denzel? And I know we don't tell on Denzel. You might not tell on Denzel, but your mama gonna tell on every fucking buddy. I ain't keeping no pedophile secrets.
So that's the mom. That's the mama, y'all. That's the mama. So now I don't know like how much later like she's speaking out. So I guess the mama didn't know before, or I don't know. I don't know the story. Let's just keep watching.
Denzel?
Yep.
Birdman? Did Birdman promise you things?
So much. Like what he promised Lil Wayne at a young age. Because you know we shared the system together. Shared birthday together too.
I know a lot of you have seen P. Diddy get guardianship of a lot of young kids. That means he holds their contracts. I know you've heard me talk about Ally's contract and how often it gets auctioned off, and the things that come from that when it's auctioned. So when you're seeing that he was a guardian for these children, he's holding their MK Ultra contracts is what that translates to. Were you the only child at this party?
No. Not at all. There's so many kids at this party.
Were there also so many celebrities?
Yep. That whole they leave at a certain time, that's not true. Everybody has to take DNA test, saliva test, blood tests, give up your phone, give up information, any trackers or locations, no weapons, no cameras.
So they taking all them kind of tests, but everybody got herpes allegedly. So they not taking no STD tests, but they got time to take every other kind of test. But let's just keep watching.
So I'm sorry, but anybody that's running in those circles, whether they claim to have left early or not, is a bunch of bullshit. Because if you left early, but you knew kids were there, and you did know, you don't run in those circles and not know that. If someone is willing to rape a child, they have no integrity at all. So that means they're also liars. That means they probably also murder people. That means they do a lot of shit. Because the lowest bar that you can set for yourself is to not hurt kids. And if you can't hold that bar, you can't hold the bar for anything else. So saying I left early from a party where children are being brutalized and raped and sodomized and used in bestiality and satanic rituals is not a plausible explanation or excuse or a pass. And this is something you're probably going to want to bookmark, but the way these things link together will blow your mind, and there's no coincidences. These things tie together like a ball of spaghetti. Like, I don't even know how to explain that, but everything else. And when you start pulling at one thing, you're going to get a bunch of other things that all link together. Who they deal with, who they associate with, where they traffic, how they traffic, all of this links together. You have traffickers putting out movies. Sound of Freedom.
What Sound of Freedom?
They're putting out movies.
I'm sorry.
about
I don't hear any
trafficking,
sound.
while they're trafficking, while they're in bed with traffickers funding the movie. Y'all went to see that and were like, yay, somebody's doing something. No, nobody did anything, but you gave your money to aid trafficking. You guys have got to be careful what you do. Be careful what you do with your money. Be careful who you vote for. Be careful who you idolize, because you don't know how deep these things go.
There's no election. There's no damn election. So don't, and this is not a political thing, but there's no election. Because everybody's guilty. Everybody is guilty. Who do you call for all these children?
Start asking the right questions. Who is trafficking these children? Where are they getting these kids from? When Diddy's house was being raided, the neighbor drove by and said, yeah, they bust kids in at 3 a.m. How are they busing kids in? Where would you go to get a busload of kids? We could do this all day long. We could list celebrities all day long. But until you guys are soul sick and disgusted and get a righteous anger, it's kind of pointless to keep just naming names. We've been naming names for years.
I'll give you some names. You wouldn't even know them though, because CPS covered them up. Those names are what's important. This is a lot.
You're going to be seeing more cannibalism come out into the light, because that's part of satanic ritual abuse. That's part of what these people do. I've said for years, they're not like us. They don't think like us. They don't act like us. They don't have integrity. They're not like us. They don't have any value for life unless it's their own. And once you wrap your head around that satanic ritual abuse that's going on, then we can get right into the MK Ultra. And to me, that's the worst of the worst.
I really don't know what MK Ultra is, but I'm about to Google it.
I don't know what happened. My brain just shut down. I just can't. I'll come back on here when I can. I'll be back tomorrow. Give me till tomorrow. Sharon told her, hold on half the affidavit, just wait a second, and he'll drop one. But that doesn't matter. Like, do you understand what I'm saying? It doesn't matter until it matters. People can drop evidence all day. You got shit coming out left and right. It doesn't matter until it matters to somebody that is personal.
Well, it matters. What are you going to do? What changes are you going to make in your life? Are you going to keep idolizing these people? Are you going to keep supporting them with your money? Are you going to go watch their trafficking movie even though the traffickers are funding the movie and it was about a fictional trafficking situation, when you could have just talked to any survivor and they would have given you more information? Like, everybody needs a come to Jesus meeting. Everybody needs a reality check with their life. Things are not what they seem. You're either going to keep going down that road and keep your head in the sand, or you're going to get shaken to your very core and find that righteous indignation deep inside and say, this is enough. These children are on our watch. There are children still being harmed and hurt and brutalized and have animals turned on them sexually and are having their face rubbed in their own vomit if they get sick.
That woman is exhausted. Like maybe, you know, her mom or whoever that is should like give it a little rest, because like you can tell that she is like over it right now. Like she said what she said and she's ready to go like take a break from all this. It's just too much for her.
They're being beat if they start their period. You don't understand what they're doing. But that's on our watch. That's on my watch, and that's on your watch. So it's up to us. What are we going to do about it? Are we going to continue to allow it? Or are we going to start holding people accountable? Are we going to hold people's feet to the fire and say, this is enough, this is not going to happen anymore?
I feel like she looking at her like what you did about it. Like, but I could be wrong because I don't know either of them, but it just looks like that's how she looking at her. Like, okay, you saying all that now, but I don't know. I don't know these people.
Everybody, when I was younger, they let it happen. When I went into foster care, nobody did anything. Nobody called to check. I was missing for a year from CPS custody. I ran away and made a choice myself when I was auctioned to Russia. I was like, that's enough. They're gonna kill me. I tried to tell my social worker, it's still in paperwork. I called the supervisor. We called the ombudsman. They're going to kill me. Can y'all help me? You keep talking, we'll ship you to Arizona and nobody will ever find you. I said, all right. Make a choice myself. I went missing for a year. No one came to look for me. You could tell the people who gave a damn because those are the people that are in records that called.
As a previous social worker, I can tell you the easiest way to get kids put into trafficking is they'll just take the kids, they will groom the kids, and then when the kids go missing, CPS says the foster parent's responsibility if your foster child goes missing is you pick up the phone, you call 911 and say, I have a foster kid, they ran away, and that absolves you of any responsibility. So anything that happens to the kid from that point on is no longer your responsibility. It absolves CPS of the responsibility, and nobody bothers to look for the kid. They will not allow you to hunt for that kid.
Mm-mm. They took me out of the missing kids network real quick.
So a lot of missing kids are labeled runaways, and nobody ever knows what happens to them. CPS is the big pharma for children.
Nobody holds them accountable at all. They can't.
There's no oversight for CPS except the ombudsman, which is very, very loose and that's not an oversight. And you guys think, I'm a good parent, so CPS will never come to my door. That's not true. If your kid gets on somebody's radar, if your kid gets on a trafficker's radar, they can file a complaint, they can make a phone call, they can send the corrupt CPS and a corrupt police officer to your house, and they'll take your kid, and that's it. It does not matter if you're a good parent or not. It has nothing to do with it. You non-monetized investigators should start digging into CPS and find out what.
So that was a lot, y'all.
Savage! I'm a savage! Oh!
Ooh-wee. That was a lot. Like he said, he's savage, you know. That wasn't supposed to even come up, but hey, I don't really go live, so but I don't know. What do y'all think about all that? The whole MK Ultra and like the rituals and all that stuff, and you know, just what she was talking about. Like it just seems like a very serious situation, and you know, I just pray for her as well as the other children and adults who got caught up in that whole like ritual stuff and like I don't know, Hollywood and elites and all this, that, and the other. Thank you, Lord. Please don't never let me get around none of that. For real. Like, cause they taking people out left and right. But anyways, help me get to 9K subs, y'all, because I'm really trying hard. But anyways, have a great day. I hope you all have a great day and night wherever you are in the world. And I'll see you all next time.